Okay, welcome back. We're now going to just take a look here briefly at the lesson notes. Most of the stuff is pretty self-explanatory now. I'm just going over this now only because the notes are going to start to get more involved from here on out. In some cases, I just kind of gloss what the book does and add a few things as it might be interesting to you. Or in other cases, I might actually throw in a few new things here. Now, most of the things here I think are pretty self-explanatory that I add here about the definite article. I'm not going to read through all this. I think you can, oh, darn it, being big boys and big girls, you can do that yourself. But I would like to go over briefly this business of principal parts. Okay, now if you've had Latin, you know immediately the importance of them. Okay, they're basically the building blocks for every single verb form that you get. Now, at this stage, I don't really want to, force a bunch of rules and, cram all the verbal forms down your throat all at once. I just want to basically help you to internalize the principal parts because in my experience, if you can get used to reading them, hearing them, seeing them on a page, they're going to become that much more easy for you when we begin to construct different verb forms off of them. Okay? And so at this stage, I don't even really want to go over why we're doing principal parts specifically. If you've had Latin, you can kind of guess the reason. But if you've not, which is probably some of you, you may not know. Don't worry about that. Okay? Just pretend you're a little boy or little girl and I'm your mom. I'm teaching you the alphabet. You just want to learn the alphabet. You don't really want to learn why, mommy, am I learning the alphabet at this stage. I mean, mommy couldn't explain it to you even if she wanted to because you really have to get into reading to be able to do that, right? And obviously you can't read if you don't know the alphabet first. So you just have to trust the teacher that the teacher knows what he or she is doing. Okay, in this case, all I'm trying to do is kind of get your feet wet with this. Okay, because I think when about 2/3 of the way through the first semester and you're all of a sudden going to see an explosion of verbal forms, this is not going to be nearly as intimidating as it would if I sprung it on you all at once. Okay, and I think one area in which this book is a little bit deficient in that it doesn't really emphasize principal parts. In fact, I don't think we get into them until like lesson 12 or something. So officially, but nonetheless, there's no reason why we can't start them now. Okay, so please don't see this as oh God, another damn thing I have to memorize. Okay, just at this stage, don't even worry about memorizing. Just get in the habit of reciting them. When you recite your paradigms, just go through the first few principal parts as well, and just get in the habit of reciting them with me. Okay, and just absorbing them in just the kind of pattern of how they work. Okay, let's look at first luo, which is our paradigm verb. Okay, luo. Okay, luo means to loose or to untie. Okay, so here they go. Let's just get into it. Okay, luo, luso, elusa, leluka, lelumai, eluthane. Okay, one more time. Luo, luso, elusa, leluka, lelumai, eluthane. Okay, now notice here what happens. Just basically, from the first part to the second one, we stick a sigma in there. Okay, so it goes from luo to luso. Then we keep the sigma and we stick an epsilon there. And instead of the omega ending, we now have an alpha ending. So elusa. Okay, then we get a reduplication, which is a fancy way of just saying we double the first syllable. So instead of elusa, we have leluka, we get a kappa, okay, instead of the sigma. All right, then we get a mi ending with another reduplication here like this, and then we finally get a theta ending like that. Okay, so again, luo, luso, elusa, leluka, lelumai, eluthane. Luo, luso, elusa, leluka, lelumai, eluthane. Okay, just get in the habit of saying them. Okay, and don't even worry so much about why we're doing it. Okay, and if you screwed up a little bit in the first, don't worry about it. You're gonna pick it up pretty quickly. Okay, and luo is a good paradigm verb because it's a short verb, and because it's thoroughly regular. There's nothing irregular about it, and so being regular, it embodies a significant number of verbs which we will run across. Okay, pistuo is another regular verb. Okay, pistuo is a verb that means to believe or to trust, a very common word used in the New Testament, as you might expect. Okay, how does it go? Well, remember, luo was luo, luso, elusa, leluka, lelumai, eleuthane. Okay, so pistuo is pistuo, pistuso, epistusa, pepistuka, pepistumai, epistuthane. Okay, do you see the pattern here? Just like with luo, we stick a sigma in the second one. We put an epsilon and then an alpha on the third one. We reduplicate and stick a kappa in the fourth one, reduplicate again and have a mi ending in the fifth one, and then we go back to the epsilon and the theta ane ending there in the sixth one. Okay, so pistuo, pistuso, epistusa, pepistuka, pepistumai, epistuthane. Okay, basiluo is another one that's just like pistuo. Okay, I don't think the book actually gives us one, but it's an easy one to remember, because you already know the word for basileia, which is the word for kingdom, and we'll soon enough see the word for basilius, which means king. So here this means to be a king over, or to rule over, to reign over. Okay, basiluo, basiliuso, okay, just like pistuso or luso. A basiliusa, okay, just like elusa, epistusa. Bebasiliuka, see the reduplication there again, and the kappa. Okay, and bebasiliumai, ebasiliuthane. Okay, you get the idea? Basiliuo, basiliuso, ebasiliusa, bebasiliuka, bebasiliumai, ebasiliuthane. Okay. Latruo, finally latruo. This is another word not quite as common as the others, but again thoroughly regular, so it's easy to learn. It just means to worship or to serve. You may know the word latria, hyperlatria. That this is in Catholic apologetics. The only thing in which we give to God is latria. Okay, whereas we talk about dulia, what we give to lesser beings such as the Virgin Mary or someone like that. Okay, so okay, latruo, latruso, elatrusa, lelatruca, lelatrumai, elatruthane. Okay, you see the pattern here. It's the same thing. So just get the rhythm. Okay, luo, luso, elusa, leluca, lelumai, eluthane. Pistuo, pistuso, epistusa, pepistuca, pepistumai, epistuthane. Basiliuo, basiliusa, ebasiliusa, bebasiliuca, bebasiliumai, ebasiliuthane. Latruo, latruso, elatrusa, lelatruca, lelatrumai, elatruthane. Okay, just get in the habit of saying them. Okay, and again, eventually they'll just kind of roll off your tongue and be second nature to you. And just like, the way you internalize the English language just by hearing it said and spoken, you were immersed in it growing up. Immerse yourself in principal parts, because once you can conquer principal parts, you can pretty easily, with effort, conquer the Greek verbal system. And that's 75 to 80% of the battle in translating Greek. Okay, is knowing how to handle verbs. Okay, there are a lot of verb forms you see in the New Testament. There's even more you see in classical Greek, and so the better handle you have on principal parts, the better it's going to go for you. Okay, so at this stage, don't fret over it, don't wig out over it. Just get your feet wet over it, and just get in the habit of saying these. Okay, it only takes a couple, not even a minute, really, to recite each of these 5. Okay. And if you like, just go on your principal part sheet and just recite the first few of them. They're all regular. Okay. Now we'll start to see a couple that are quote unquote irregular, but so we're going to see that their irregularities are actually entirely predictable. In other words, they're not really that irregular. Okay. So okay, good enough. We'll stop there. I think that's all I had for you. Yes. Okay. So. Very good. I will see you next week.